Well, hello everybody, and welcome back. Today we are going on the hunt with Kibellah. We're currently in the plasma drive chamber, and we're going after the person who accosted and attempted to kill our high factotum. I'm not sure if we have a map of the area. We got bitter, we've got spring, and we've got gray hands. So I think we got to try to make our way to them by going around. Hopefully this will be short and sweet. Let's talk to the technomat. May the sacred unguent soothe thine articulations. Yeah, okay. Might as well loot as we go. Everybody seems to be busy at work, which is good. I'm not going to bother talking to anybody. What do we got going on here? Engine seer. This tech priest is oh, no. Alright, we just got to keep moving. Alright. Let's become a shadow and heed the voice of the crowd. The lay people have huddled together like a herd being chased by predators. Faded gazes, bent backs, the crimson kisses of batons on their bodies. And yet, shadows of smiles touch their dirty burnt lips as a strange pair, like a hammer and an anvil, send sparks into the air with their words. Huh. What are those two talking about? Hammer and anvil. Hammer says, "And then the lever smacked you right in the kisser? Ha! Give or take a tooth. This is nothing. Bruises, burns, cuts, that's just life. Just remind yourselves how you come home after your shift, having exchanged your ration card for a bowl of soup. How your little ones gulp that bowl down. How they fall asleep, feeling a little better. I say that's worth a hard day's work, and a punch in the face." He smiles, broad-shouldered with a rusty beard. He is not afraid to share laughter with others, and so the crimson shades from the beatings never leave his face. His voice is bright, sonorous, and listened to. Alright, so he's basically some type of leader for this group. Anvil. Not everyone is as chipper and thick-skinned as you. A bowl of soup's great, but about having to choose which of your 3 kids gets it, is that great too? Beatings are nothing. Remember when the enforcers broke your arm? Since you couldn't work, your wife had to pull 3 shifts. She collapsed at the last, and the conductive charge burned out her eyes. None of us deserve that. I'll come back later. My hunt has just begun. Interesting. So those are not the ones that we are looking for. So let us continue. Here's another one of these. Alright, so that's the same. We will continue on. Let's come up here, I suppose. So, well, let's keep looking. engines here. There's nothing going on over here. Alright. Let's keep going. Here's something. Let's turn the servitor. So he stopped working. Was there a reason for that? Call the cargo lift. Ooh, alright. Wait, there's goods right here. Take those. We got on the right track, hopefully. Wonder who that guy is. Let's check our map. Alright, let's go around this way. Okay, that was not the way to go. Okay. Well, it looks like we need to get down here. Let's go. I think this is where we were already, though, wasn't it? I thought we were on to something. Alright, so we basically have walked around this whole place, as far as I can determine. There must be a hidden door or something down here that we haven't seen. I mean, I can start killing people, but why would I do that? Ah, here we go. An old burn spreads across her body in a scarlet blotch. A look of contempt. A heavy baton covered in blood and symbolizing boundless power, like a fierce leather whip, she lashes with both her hand and her gaze. What are you looking at? Are you beggars? You finish your shift and then go to the barracks. You start your shift, you check in with the foreman, and get to work before Matilda comes to pat you on the back. All right. Very odd. Flaming voice. And Matilda, I presume, is that wonderful, not at all intimidating baton on your belt? I'd rather not spend the next few watches in the med bay because of a misunderstanding. In furnace, master. Master at arms. Apologies for not recognizing you, ma'am. Uh-oh, we've been discovered. This isn't good. Oh, Godira, we are conducting an inquest. Answer the spinner's questions, and I hope your report will be useful. I wonder, what can your scars reveal to me? She failed her awareness test. Shoot. Day after day, she watches the serfs labor away, exhausting their last vestiges of strength, and there's no compassion in her eyes. They're simply a resource she's commanded to use and then discard. She hates them because she blames them for her pain. Let's let the enforcers converse. I will keep an eye on those around us. The workers hide their eyes, but I can hear the murmurs echoing through the bay. There is rage in their hearts directed at Whip, for she is the embodiment of the very order they despise. But why do they not realize that the enforcer is a shield as much as a lash? A group of workers wearing red scarves were seen in the compartment just after the attack on the shrine. The foreman stated that they were at work on the freight line. No gunpowder on their clothes, no fresh wounds. Too many of them started wearing red masks, and it muddies the trail. But we also found some red scarves and bloody rags, one of the shredders, only shortly afterward. Continue. We sealed off the exits and reduced the air supply to the maintenance tunnels to the absolute minimum. Now, you can't stay in there longer than a few minutes without passing out. There's no way the bastards could have left the plasma chambers. They're definitely in here somewhere. Do I sense the touch of his will? The undying emperor wishes to bestow a revelation upon me. Let his tarot show me the way. I breathe in essence made from the ashes and blood of the faithful. It enlightens the mind, granting it the grace of reading his signs. A wave of epiphany sweeps my thoughts away, pulling me into a blessed trance. My fingers move of their own accord over the sacred deck and draw a card. It is the martyr. I see a tear of blood wash over the pale features in the image, and they shift, becoming Whip's face. A portent from him. The Undying One blesses me to take Whip. The minions of Nemsite fear her. When her soul is delivered to the Undying One, the traitors will feel invulnerable. They will crawl out of their holes and fall into my web. I know how Whip's thread will end. I cannot sever Whip's thread with a blade, for the serfs would recognize me as one of the spinners and lose all courage. But the spark of the machine spirits in the plasma drive chambers has already claimed the lives of many. I will use this, and thus the web will be spun. I'm going to follow Whip. If it leaks, the power of the conductive charge will spread to the floor. We'll set that trap. A cable humming with the power of the charge. A single swing of the blade will send the enforcer's soul to the Undying One. All right, let's do that. Not quite sure. Here comes Whip. Let's see if it works. Awesome! Now they saw it. Just like that, she's gone. She'll never know what she died for. Meanwhile, the spinners go on passing whatever judgment they please. Well, all right. So we have to look at our journal. We got an update. We instilled a sense of impunity by removing the deck enforcer. The quarry must not see the trap being laid. We have to plant a rumor. Let's come back up this way. Might have to go back around. I need to find some commoners we can talk to. Did you see that forcer get roasted? She had it coming. Okay. A death cultist? I knew I should have switched ships today. Uh-oh. He recognizes me. Servitor. Here. See if we can listen to what's going on over here now. Ah, we have something new. Let's see if anyone has fallen into my web. Hammer, you heard the news? The lieutenant got fried on the wires. A brutal end for a brutal woman. That's just called justice. For every broken bone, for every gall spit. God, bloody riddance. Yes, just as long as they don't pin her death on any of us. Okay. Not all of the snares have been set. So we haven't completed what we need to do just yet. Did the enforcer just up and die, or did she have a little help? Huh, who cares? I just wish they'd take the body away soon. Alright. Oh. This guy has a name. Long time no see, Spindle. Tell me, what does silence taste like? Are they using a secret code? Stain. Everybody knows silence doesn't taste like anything. If you want to earn rations, you better start dealing in words. He speaks casually, but his voice is slimy and slippery. His eyes are as dirty as an oil-stained garment. The impudence in his gaze and words when he turns them to us. He's unclean, and he knows it. He is unrepentant. That's a funny look, Heinrich. And you have a funny-looking company. Are you here to sell or buy? And before you answer, remember the first rule. Every word has a price. Ah, okay. Are we bargaining for information with this lowlife now? It is the duty of every serf to aid the rogue trader and her associates, freely and willingly. God, she's gonna blow this. She's such a dippo. Oh, here it comes. Who's that with you? An enforcer? And a spinner. Do you want me dead? If anyone sees me talking to you, they'll snap my neck, so off you go. The peddler of words is trembling in fear for his life. I must extract answers from him, but by what means? I don't know if he knows anything about that. Ooh. The quelling stimulant on the needle's tip will loosen his tongue. Let's try that. Nice. At least we succeeded with that one. What is this feeling? So calm. Alright, we got some XP for that. Fine. Ask whatever you want, but then leave. My reputation cost me a lot of blood, and I didn't earn it to have it trampled into dust just because you people happened to stop by. She's thinking. One glance is enough for me to see your true self, Stain. Let's try that. You are a liar and a manipulator, peddling other people's secrets and not knowing how to keep your mouth shut. You will become the bait, sowing confusion among the minions of Nemsite who hope to wait out the lockdown. They think they have enough time. I will deprive them of that confidence. Okay. Where do things stand in the plasma drives? Speak briefly. Speak sense. We just had an enforcer die. I swear she did it to herself. Stepped right on a wire. Riled up the machine spirits. You lot be careful now. Okay, that doesn't tell me much. There's a bunch of workers in the far corner who now gather between every shift, whispering to each other. They don't invite me. They say I talk too much. Well, if they're scared of my tongue, that means they have something to hide. And, of course, everyone's talking about Nemsite. Sure, the foundry and the chapel were big, but he's been helping people all over. A lot of folks are sticking with him now. You can knock my teeth out if I'm lying. Don't got many of those left anyhow. But I will tell you this. Even if someone finds him, they won't rat him out. All right, we need to set up the snare. Well, appreciate your cooperation. And I just want to let you know that there will be a raid soon. Be careful. I warn you, because you helped. It's got to open her blabber. What are you? That information is not meant for his ears. I don't know if she's going to hurt me or help me. I'm about ready to slit her throat. Really? I see. Well, if that's all you wanted, can I go? Sure. Go. And be my herald. All right, so we planted a rumor of an impending raid. Now Heinrich is going to say something about that. It's difficult to admit, but I do share the Master-at-Arms' indignation. We came here to get information about the traitors, not to reveal our secrets. Oh God, you guys. I really wanted to do this alone. You're not really helping. I think we'll just say this. Reveal the truth to the enemy, and they will harm themselves with it. I just hope the wisdom of the blood-spun web won't cost us. Let's check the journal real quick. So now we have to identify. We're going to go back up. I think this is where we can catch them. So we're going to come over here. See if we can't listen in the shadows. for something new. The lay people are huddled together in a pile of sweltering bodies, filthy and battered by the enforcers' batons, reeking of sweat and disease. Their hearts pump blood faster and faster through bulging veins, as two of them send red-hot sparks into the air with their words like a hammer and anvil. Oh no, she's going to open her mouth. Your plan appears to have worked, Spinner. The air itself is charged with something, and it's not the conductive charge. They're stirring. Listen to the rapid beating of hearts. The lay people are frightened, angry. They feel the impunity that sprouted like a weed upon Whip's demise. They feel the threat crushing them from the upper decks, both imminent and inevitable. What are Hammer and Anvil talking about? I can hear their whispers. No longer do they laugh with the others. No longer do they pretend. The Enforcer's dead, and Punishers from the upper decks will follow Nemesite's trail. This is our chance. We need to act. This is it. This is it. I can sense the prey is close. They have little fear of giving themselves away anymore. They need a spark to ignite the flames. Something that will convince Nemesite's followers that they're strong and that the Damon's servants are diminished. Let's wait for the right moment and then light the spark. They tell us this is how it's meant to be, just because they were born on the upper decks and we down below. Is it really the God Emperor that will grow fat on the fruits of our labors? Revel in luxury while we die? Hammer's voice rumbles and the lay people listen, their hands clenched into fists. No matter how hard you work, they will wring everything out of you and give you nothing. Who allowed this to happen? The rogue traitor, her name be damned. The Grok's on the throne, a tyrant throwing our bones into the furnace of her protectorate. Oh gosh, okay, Mr. Hammer. Oh no. Heinrich is gonna mess it up. Shut your foul mouth, wood dog. No, flaming voice, it's too soon. Temper your anger. What did you say about Lord Captain? The one who gives you work, food, shelter. You insolent deadbeats. I could see why you've gathered here, and I will not let you start another rebellion. Oh, why are you reaching for your Voxcaster? If you do not disperse, I will give the order to vent the plasma chambers. You have 5 seconds. 4. God. The tyrant's lackey. If you do this, you'll die with us, you madman. To protect the Lord Captain and the crew? I see you've never met an Infernus before. Their faces are twisted with fear. Will they retreat? Will they flee? Will the hunt be thwarted? No! A small throwing blade flies out of my palm and throws a scarlet line across Anvil's neck. If I had wished it, she would be dead. But she continues to breathe and to bleed, and to scream furiously as she looks for me. The rogue trader's assassins are here. Look, they wanted to kill me. Find the assassins. The spark is lit. The lay people press in from all sides, pushing and shoving. Their faces are ablaze with terror and rage, and a violent energy boils through the mass of bodies. This power will be difficult to contain, Frightened people are dangerous people. The hunt was meant to go differently, but such is the Undying One's will. Furnace. One voice rises above the others, the voice of a burly, bearded technomat, low as the roar of a furnace. He's not afraid. He merely pretends to be. Beneath the shudder of terror, I hear excitement. Do we deserve to be executed, my brothers and sisters? Have we not labored with the sweat of our brow? Have we not perished from the outburst of raging machine spirits? Why do they call us rebels? Why are we being punished? Oh, his words make the crowd seethe even more. Let's take a closer look at Furnace. Strong, heavy, enormous hands, whose blows should be feared. A great belly that has become a symbol of his success. He does not starve, so those who follow him will not starve either. Powerful leader, recognized by his whole pack. She's going to remain silent for now. Do you hear? They have nothing to say. Even they know. Think about Dominania. I will turn my thoughts to her, for it is her people that are standing before me. What would she do? The one whose thread I anoint with my blood. All right, we had that ritual. Her voice does not resound in my thoughts. I will have to make my own choice. Okay. Feel the flowing rage of these poor wretches. The flame burns high, for there's a strong fuel at its heart. These people have amassed many grievances. The enforcers are cruel to them, for they believe that fear eradicates treason. The officers despise them, for their clothes and hands are filthy. The quartermasters rob them and withhold what is owed to them, for their clan is not strong enough to make demands. They are vulnerable. Their hearts are vulnerable. The Undying One commands us to spin a web to catch such hearts before they plunge into the abyss. So I'm spinning the web. There is something else mixed in to their righteous indignation, something that taunts them, excites them, angers them. It is something foul, an aberration. Which of you was it that dared call the Lord Captain's judgment unfair? I demand to see the accuser. They grow still, as though a sheet of ice had formed on the rolling surface of a water tank. No one dares to be the one whose name is spoken. No one dares to leave the crowd and lose the protection of anonymity. Rot speaks out. Why are you surprised? Have the officers ever treated us otherwise? A new voice, sandpaper rough, tears through the rumbling crowd. That's because you're afraid of them, but they're not afraid of you. They have the almighty baton. All you have is the source of the power that feeds the ship. Why should they take you for granted? Serves you right, you cowards. His ugly shriek spills like venom upon the sweating faces as they slowly draw closer and closer. Do you seek to challenge me? You may try. You see, they're already itching to kill us and we haven't done anything. They're not afraid. We will not commit rebellion, but we will not allow ourselves to be slaughtered by villains. The law and the Emperor are on our side. A young woman steps forth, slender and supple like a rapier. If they want to crush us with the fear of death, then let them kill us. It will only prove our righteousness. The ringing call is a command, pressing herself into their hearts. The foul stench of sacrilege almost knocks me off my feet. Look Rapier in the eye. She is fragile, but there's a strength in her, an authority, taken for granted and understood by everyone. She is clearly ready to command, with legions willing to die for such maidens. Beautiful and resolute as they are, she carries no banner in her hand, for she herself is the banner. Use my knife to make a swipe at Rapier's face. Seal your lips, heretic. Faced with the blade, all the strength and authority have been erased from her features. The crowd looks on in horror at the one whom, just moments ago, they had been willing to die for. They have seen how easily her power was overthrown, and they are seized with fear. At last, I perceive a glint of understanding and willingness to listen on their pale faces. I point to Furnace, Rot, and Rapier, and I know that no words are necessary as the crowd speaks out for me. Traitors! A hoarse shriek rises above their heads. Strike down the heretics! Within moments, the raging mob begins tearing, punching, and trampling the three seditionists, reducing them to nothing but a mass of flesh and bone. Oh, this is wrong. I need them alive. Let's try this. Let's try to stop it. The crowd's too enraged. Oh. I don't know if it's the Undying's will. Should they die? I think so. Everything ends quickly and bloodily. The delicate flesh cannot withstand the rage of those who have realized that they were almost sent to their execution. It did not go the way I planned. The smell of blood lingers in the air. 3 broken bodies. The crowd tore them apart, rendered them useless. What can these corpses reveal to me? Anything at all? Nope, very little. What will the appearance of the survivors tell me? They're in the corner, terrified. Are the flaming voice and steel mistress still alive? Yes, I realize with astonishment that they are. The flaming voice is furiously reproaching all those who had only recently joined the revolt. And steel mistress booms like a siren. They're useless to the hunt now. It's time for the next step. A thrill runs through the strands of my consciousness. Is this Damen Anya? Can I truly feel her? Or am I imagining it? I need to concentrate. I gaze at the puddles of blood and the patterns they form. I see a labyrinth. The Undying One has given me a sign. My hand finds the sealed case in which his tarot cards reside. It's time for a divination in the blood of the dead. It will reveal to me the name of their unholy master. So I can draw the beginning, the heart, or the end, the heart. The Harlequin. Oh, it is a lie exposed. Deception that must be revealed. end. The preacher? A man who carries an idea and proclaims it? But who is it? Nemsite? One of his supporters? Oh, the divination is unclear. I have to draw another card. I must know. The Kibellah. His holy image watches me from within the card, and my heart grows frigid with the knowledge of what it represents. The Hound. I gaze at the card and at its depiction of the Astrum Militarum, armored vehicle that bears that formidable name. The pursuit of truth, sacrifice, and victory. This is me. I'm on the right track. The Undying One has manifested his omen in the traitor's blood. The hunt that has begun will be completed by the unveiling of a great deception. Our enemy is elusive because he has a powerful ally, one who espouses faith in the Emperor on this vessel. The ship's confessor is in league with Nemsite. He will be the next prey. We have to interrogate the ship's confessor. And we are going to save this interview, so to speak, for next episode. Thank you for joining me today. Please give a like and subscribe. Hope to see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye now.